I'm Jamie McDonald. Join me as we celebrate small businesses that make New York so unique. These New York Originals. On City Island, there's a small shop that's been helping the leisurely boater make the most of the sea. For generations, they've been selling maritime supplies and been a place to maybe tell a fish tale or two. It's JJ Burck Incorporated. City Island's been called the Cape Cod of New York.
Well, you're close to New York City, but you're on the water. I mean, when you come to City Island, you drive through that park. You got the trees and everything. It's hard to believe you're in New York City.
With its waterfront views and quaint storefronts, you could mistake it for a New England fishing village. From the one-person kayak to the 70-foot yacht, these waters run thick with boats. And when the captains of these ships need to stock up on provisions, they go to one of City Island's institutions, JJ Burck.
Well, we sell boat supplies, basically for the pleasure boater. Everything from anchors, lines, paints to maintain it, waxes, motor parts, oils, greases, all that type of stuff.
And like everything else, when it comes to boating, New Yorkers do it big.
It's an outdoor sport. There's a lot of things you can do. The standard run here is going down around Manhattan with the people from out of town. You see the Statue of Liberty, the UN, the New York skyline, and all these beautiful things.
Boating not your thing? Well, Burck's is still worth a look-see. It's one of those quaint old-time shops, a throwback to another era when businesses were family-owned and operated, and when salespeople were full of expert advice. The building itself is a relic, dating back to 1876. With most of its original fixtures still intact, like the wood floors, tin ceiling, and vintage wainscoting. Decor you'd never find in a big box chain store. JJ Burck was opened in 1928 by Joseph Burck. It's now in its third generation of ownership.
My father started it in 1928. He ran it up until about 1971. I took it over. And my son took it over about 8 years ago.
And the secret to their longevity?
Just hard work, and you have to like what you're doing. My father liked it too. He enjoyed it.
And being in business this long, you can't help but learn a few things. Like the good old days weren't necessarily better.
People do go further on their boats today because the motors are bigger, more reliable, and so on. They'll think of nothing of going down around Manhattan or on a 2-week vacation going to Block Island or somewhere, where years ago that was a major trip. The boats are more reliable. All the motors are.
But all in all, some things have stayed the same.
Basically the same, just they lied bigger about the fish. So.
Now, JJ Burck doesn't have a website yet, but they are working on it. You can always call them at 718-885-1559.